Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Carolyn Rose Smith. Welcome to day two. I hope you had a chance to review episode one and episode two from day one, where the focus was on committing and cleansing. And I hope you found something beneficial that inspired you to take further steps, further actions, to improve your physical, mental, and spiritual well being. All right. The focus of day two is to stay the course. This dinosaur here, we kind of reminded me on day two, um, where I may have felt a little bit like I wanted to roar because I wasn't able to accomplish everything I wanted to accomplish, but then I had to settle down, be flexible, and be thankful and grateful for the things that I was able to get accomplished, right? So, again, the focus of day two is to stay the course, not because we committed on day one that things are just going to miraculously just change and everything is just going to fall into place, right? That's not going to happen, right? So what we're going to focus on day two is teamwork, supporting each other, and being mindful. Also, I want to encourage everyone to feel free to go down to the comment section and share your tips, share your knowledge. Some of the things that you're going through, I think a lot of us can relate to, and I bet you have a lot of knowledge out there. So definitely share it so we can help each other out, inspire each other. I definitely will be reading those comments. So, so please share your thoughts. I want this channel to be interactive where it's not just me talking, right? And talking about my day or, what's going on. So I want you guys to feel free to join in and share your comments on whatever is going on in your life as well, whatever tips you have, whatever knowledge you have. All right, so now let's dive in. Okay, so now let's talk about teamwork and supporting each other. Okay, so on day one we decided to commit and cleanse ourselves physically, mentally, and spiritually, right? However, it may have been a challenge to complete all or any of the small goals we made at the end of day one, right? So at the end of day one, we made some small goals and we said, hey, on day two, these are the goals that I plan to accomplish, right? However, I really want to point out that we all should be mindful and not be hard on ourselves if things didn't go smoothly as planned or we did not complete all or any of the small goals we made at the end of day one. I think the focus should be on that we're still committed and that we're trying to figure it all out, right? So we may not have completed all our goals and, on day two, but the focus is not to give up and just to keep going. All right. We're going to talk a little bit more about this as we go along. All right, so now let's talk about being proud of yourself and thanking others for their support. All right, so first, I want you to be proud of yourself for still being committed. I really believe that if you're watching this video, which I really appreciate, that you are still committed. So, stay the course, okay? Do not give up and do not quit, okay? So, move those small goals that you may not have completed to another day during the week or on the weekend, right? So be flexible and take it one day at a time, all right? It is okay to let others take the lead at times, as this will help them to become better leaders too, right? So this could be your spouse, your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your children, other family members, friends, colleagues, other associates, right? So at times it's okay to be the supporter or the follower and not always be the leader. If we're always the leader with everything, we're going to be burned out, right? And exhausted. So at times it's okay for me to let my husband, take the lead on certain things. And especially I'm gonna talk about that on day two as well, because there's certain things I wanted to get accomplished. We were in a time crunch and I really appreciated my husband Scott stepping up and just being resilient and just really taking the lead on a lot of tasks we had to get done. We didn't get everything completed, but I really appreciate that, he did a great job in taking the lead on things we needed to get done and didn't complain and, and just did it. And my son, Scotty, also really stepped up and was really there by his dad's side helping out. I'll talk a little bit more about that coming up as well. And so, we don't have to always be, again, the leaders, because, again, I think that's just going to make us more exhausted and burned out. So I think you guys can relate to that, whether it's, having other colleagues help out with certain things at work, have your children step in and, you teach them teamwork, and have them help out. All right. So, yes, we may be the leaders on certain things, but sometimes, we need others to step up and be the leader as well at times. All right. All right. We're going to talk more about this shortly. Okay, now let's talk some more about thanking others for their support. A lot of times things that we need to get done, we wouldn't have been able to get it done without the support of others. So it's important that we take the time to say thank you to others. Okay. All right. So for day 2, the goals that I had set, my husband and I had set some goals as well. We have to be mindful we have little ones. So sometimes the day may be ticking away and we're not able to get everything accomplished because we have little ones. We have to take time to make sure we spend some good quality time together, whether it's just throwing away, throwing the ball around, playing hide and seek, like our toddler may need to take a nap. So things can happen where whatever the plans are, we have to kind of push it a little bit to the right because we have to make sure the children are fed and they're happy and we're spending time together. So I want to send a shout out to my husband Scott, and our children, Imani, we call her Nini, and to my son Scotty. He's Scott the second, but we call him Scotty. And to Scotland and to Scottalina, our 3-year-old, we call her Lena, for their support on day 2. As we all work together to get a lot done. Even though we didn't get everything done, we had a plan to go outside, and I was gonna mow, my husband was gonna trim the bushes, the kids were gonna, pull up weeds, and that is not how it played out. So by my husband and our son had to run some errands, and by the time they got back, it was getting dark. And so I really appreciate my husband and son. They went out there and my husband did a lot of the mowing, got some trimming done. My son was pulling weeds, and then our daughters were inside helping out with a lot of tasks that had to be done. So I really appreciate everybody just pitching in and getting a lot done. So whatever we didn't get done, our plan is, well, let's move that to another weekend. It may not be this weekend because we want to make sure also we spend some of our weekend, take the kids to the movies, make sure they get out of the house, so we just have to be flexible and figure out, okay, some of the things that we didn't get done, what other day can we push some of those tasks to, okay? So don't be hard on yourself again if you didn't get all the goals that you had planned to accomplish done, right? Just be flexible and be proud of yourself for whatever task you were able to get done, and then just plan for the near future, okay? And I also want to thank all of you who have taken the time to view my videos. Some of you subscribed, took the time to share my videos with others, and many of you sent positive messages. I really appreciate that, okay? So, and I want to thank you for taking the time to spend some of your day with me. Hope the information was beneficial. And, thank you all for your kind words. You all are an inspiration. You're inspiring me to keep going, to carve out some time to create these videos, and, to keep setting goals, to improve my health and my family's health as well. All right. So I really want to say thank you to you all. All right. Let's keep going. So I also think it is very important that we be mindful how we affect each other. Okay. We have to make sure that we stay present and do our part, right? We affect those around us. So let's influence each other positively, right? If we mess up, apologize and take steps to do better, right? So if something happens, as I tell my kids, apologize, mean it, and do better next time, right? Really mean it and do better next time. And the breaking news is, guys, I know this may sound strange, but we are not perfect. Right? I remember growing up in Jamaica, and I know, like many of you guys, we were you know we were told, treat others how we want to be treated, right? And so I take that, to heart, and I make sure I raise my children that way, and tell them to be mindful how how they talk, how they treat each other. And I really miss growing up in Jamaica, in Hamwalk, St. Catherine, and the community in that country area, everybody knew each other, and everybody looked out for each other's children. And I really miss that, right? And I just think if we're mindful and we treat each other how we want to be treated, I think we have a better home, a better community, with our neighbors, and just a better world overall, right? So I just think it's very important that we really, stay present and really think about how we affect each other. All right? All right. Good laugh really uplifts our spirit, right? And I think it's very important, right, that as we go through our daily lives, each day, that gosh, we find those moments, right, where we're having those hearty laughs, right? And so I wanted to find a way to incorporate that, right, into our day to make sure we're having those laughs, right? So I want you to go and check out day two, episode two, and I'm going to challenge you guys, right, to go and complete a phrase. Where, to go in the comment section, complete the phrase the to you are exhausted when. Okay? All right? So you are exhausted when. All right? I think it's just fun. Just, to be able to laugh at ourselves, don't always take things so seriously, and let's put some things down there so we all can go and read and have some, something funny, that will give us a little hearty laugh, right? And when you go to episode two of day two, okay, you will see how I finish that phrase, okay? And you will also at the end of the video, don't click off too quickly. I've inserted a clip of my 3-year-old, right, daughter when she's exhausted. Her little laugh. Like, we're not laughing at her being exhausted. It's just the way she laughed gave us such a hearty laugh. We were like, oh my goodness. And she found it funny herself. And so we laughed so hard on that. And I hope hearing, what I said, when I completed that phrase, and hearing what others say and hearing the clip from my 3-year-old daughter will give you some good laughter. So please go complete the phrase again. You are exhausted when. Go to the comment section, complete it so we all can go and read your completion to that phrase. And let's all each day, have a hearty, healthy laugh. All right. All right. I will see you again soon. Remember to subscribe, click or tap on the bell for notifications, and like the video. I just thanks for watching. All right, and I'll see you again soon. All right then. Bye bye.